and welcome back to a brand new episode of Passion Beer. We're here on Black Friday with a Black Tuesday.
Makes sense.
You know, pretty much, I don't know if there's a Black Friday beer, but I think this comes as close as it can. This is the Bruery's Black Tuesday, 18%, 0.3% Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels.
So definitely one to share.
Absolutely one to share.
You need a friend or three for this one.
A friend or three, or we're going to share with the audience too, so, oh my god. Alright, I mean, for an 18% Imperial Stout, I mean, a nice amount of head. I mean, it's definitely...
it's about as thin as I expected it to
Yeah,
be. It's got a low volume when you first pour it, but then it just goes away.
Yeah, it's got a nice cola-looking body, I mean, with some small wispy head. Not too much in the ways of...
No, definitely keep it with the name. It's black.
There's some like dark brownish highlights in it, but... Vanilla and
I mean,
really sweet.
The aromas, as soon as we popped that bottle open, I mean, it just poured right out of the bottle, and you get a nice subtle alcohol smell there, but it's mixed with the bourbon.
Yeah, there's definitely a bourbony vanilla aroma to it. It's good.
I mean, there's a nice amount of alcohol too. It's not like it's just straight up liquor alcohol. It's got this bourbon quality to it, though.
I mean, we've had a lot of beers where it's
right, exactly.
We've had a lot of beers where that alcohol is very overwhelming.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, no, overall,
we want to dive into it.
Well, absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Well,
cheers, audience. Cheers. That is sweet, rich.
Very rich. The body's a little thinner than I expected it to.
It is, but I think that works kind of well for an 18% beer.
For an 18% beer.
I mean, it's... of course, I would have expected something a little bigger than that, but for the beer that it is, I mean, holy crap, for 18%, that's pretty drinkable.
And you kind of get like the alcohol burn kind of like goes up into your nose kind of, but like it's not hitting you in the back of your mouth, of your throat.
It's not something that you're not going to want to drink. The alcohol is there, it's present. It's something that you expect out of an 18% beer. It's not overwhelming by any means. I mean,
it is definitely sweet though. I think the sweetness is there.
The sweetness helps mellow out that alcohol.
You get that dark fruit sweetness, the little bit of vanilla's there. You get the bourbon's kind of towards the end. It's kind of mixed in with that slight twinge of alcohol towards the end. You
know, it seems to be more akin to a lot of the brewery beers that they pump up the ABV on. They seem to be very, very sweet. Like when we did the Cure.
Yes.
Very sweet beer at a 13 or 12 or whatever that was. At 18%, not too much sweeter, but I mean, I think it's...
And for how sweet it is, there's a little
complexity too.
There's a little bit of stickiness, but it's not like syrupy.
I think one of the most interesting things about this beer, though, is the finish. It's not like a long, drawn-out finish by any means. I think it's more straight to the point. You get a little bourbon like on the back end, and it kind of just cuts off at the end.
It's not a lingering finish.
No, not at all. I think it's fantastic.
It's really good.
I really do like the dark fruits. Just a little bit of like plum, some raisin.
I was kind of surprised that those were in there. I mean, I honestly thought that the bourbon was just gonna overtake everything in this.
But I think that's a good quality.
No, I do.
I'm glad the bourbon. You have some bourbon beers, and it's just all bourbon and alcohol, and they didn't do it right.
No, absolutely.
The brewery, on the other hand, did.
The fruit's nice. I mean, it definitely helps with the sweetness of the beer. I just think I have to dig a little bit deeper down into the character of the beer to find those like specific fruits, like the dark plums, and I think there may even be a little raisin in there.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a complex beer. It's really one that has characteristics of everything. I don't know. I mean, it's really good. Should we do some ratings now?
Oh, absolutely.
I think we've talked about this enough.
No, definitely for the beer that it is, and how high the ABV is, and how the character of this beer is fantastic. I'm going to have to give it a 96.
That's good. You know, I'm pretty much right in there. I honestly think, you know, I've had the 2010 before, and I thought it was probably one of my top 5 beers that I've had to date. I'm going to give this one a 97. I think it's a really, really well-made beer, and I think for the ABV, for the style, for the complexity that's in this beer and how drinkable it is, I think it's really, really well done, and I can't wait to see what this does with some age. So.
Oh, absolutely.
I thoroughly enjoy the beer, but I'm going to have to go with a 95, simply because I wish that the mouthfeel was just a little bit thicker. I feel if it was a little thicker, it would... some of the flavors would probably pop just a little bit more. Some of that... you want to get as much alcohol burn if it was a little thicker. So I'm going to go with that. And I do like the sweetness of it. I do like the sweet flavors, and
it's kind of different. It's kind of different from a lot of these other bourbon-aged imperial stouts. I mean, I think the sweetness is a good character, and it's a different character to a lot of the other beers that are on the market. So I don't know. I think it's really well done, and I think our scores kind of justify the quality of the beer. So yeah, that's really good.
Agreed.
So if you're one of the few lucky people that were able to start one of these bottles up, definitely crack one open, enjoy with a bunch of friends, and
or age one, because
if you're going to do that as well, too, open one now and then
age one. We're going to see how it. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I've got a 2010 in the cellar, so we'll see how that turns out sometime soon, hopefully. So.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, guys. It's been another wonderful episode, and Mike, thanks for joining us once again.
Cheers.
See you guys next time. Cheers.